This week on the podcast, let's talk about our first impressions of the new free-to-play tactical shooter, Operation Harsh Doorstop. Steam has laid it all out on the table, so let's talk about their sales schedule. Plus, stick around until the end of the show because we've got deals of the week. Roll the intro. Damn, that was a quick scat. Da-da. Hello and welcome to Next to Nothing, a podcast for gamers on a budget. I'm your host, Danny K. With me, as always, the wonderful, the beautiful, the Mr. Green. Elite Green, how are you doing today?
Just going through existential crises like normal, just vibing. Did I pronounce that right?
Vibe.
That right?
Yeah.
If you're trying to pronounce the word screaming on the inside, no, you did not pronounce that right.
Okay. Yeah, that is fair. Yeah, I probably should have went with that route, but I guess I didn't. So here we are. Yeah, I'm vibing and thriving. And yeah, yeah. I want to crawl into a ball and cry and never come out of it. So we're great. We're doing great. We're living
Good.
Danny, how are you?
I'm okay. I'm all right. I'm doing moderately fine. Nothing necessarily bad, but I'm also just not just the most positive person in the world today. So that's okay.
We all float down here.
We're also joined by the spooky and the ookly, the Mendacii. Mendacii, how are you doing today?
It's a pretty ookly day yet again. Starting this new job. Had my first day in the field yesterday. And just getting the swang of things. Finals are behind me. And new week of new classes starts on Monday. So I don't know. Okay, I guess. A ball of putty ready to get thrown at the wall again.
Hell yeah. But I hope everyone out there who's joining us is having a wonderful night, a wonderful day, whenever they're joining us. Hope you guys are doing fantastic. Thanks for watching and listening to the show. Be sure to stick around until the end of the show to hear about some awesome deals that we found for you this week. Of course, if you miss any part of the show, you can find us on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and everywhere podcasts are found. You can usually join us live every Tuesday on Twitch at 7 p.m. Central Time. If that, for whatever reason, changes, you can always follow us on Twitter to know about the updates. Greenlee, what's that Twitter?
At Next to Nothing PC. Check it out. I run that, kind of.
Yeah. All right. So, are you guys ready to kind of get into the meat of today's show?
Oh yeah, man. Wow. Meaty, isn't it? So much meat here. So much meat.
So much meat. Yeah. So let's talk about our first impressions of the new Operation Harsh Doorstop. It is a free-to-play tactical shooter from Drakeling Labs, a game development team started and led by YouTuber Bluedrake 42. The game is currently in its prototype alpha phase and has some community support. So this conversation is really going to be more of a first impressions than an actual review, right? It would not be fair to review this game. So yeah, kind of keep that in mind. It is a first impressions. The video that is on the screen is actually from Bluedrake 42. So keep that in mind. If you're watching this, it might be video footage that is kind of the best of, but also it's officially from him, so you're getting at least what they want to present or what he wants to present. And as a quick note, I've been following Bluedrake for a while now, since before Operation Harsh Doorstop started development 6 years ago. So just know this first impression, at least for me, isn't coming from a place of malice, because there's a lot of things this game needs, and we're going to mention that. So we're not out here trying to tank the project or anything like that. We're just, giving our first impressions.
Absolutely.
I think I've done enough hand wringing.
Yeah. I mean, that's just it though, man. It's we're talking about an alpha project. It's really important for people to know that it's not just early access. I mean, keeping in mind it's free. You could just go download it. But yeah, early build stuff can be kind of rough. So it's definitely not necessary for us to be you should skip Operation Doorstop because this, it's dumb. That's dumb.
It is a very, very, in my opinion, a very rough free, a very very rough free. But I mean, again, as Mendacii said, like it's not complete yet by any
Yeah.
means. So it's not something like we can just sit here and be like, yeah, don't do it.
Yeah. So
Right.
At the end of the day, it is free to play.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, so
Absolutely.
let's describe what the game is, right? So starting with the premise, the game is supposed to be a large scale tactical shoot tactical. It's a large scale tactical shooter a la Arma, Squad, Battlefield, Rising Storm 2, right? You play in squads with dedicated roles and compete to complete an objective. There is AI in the game, so right now when you like play, you can fill a lobby with AI and fight against the AI. If you can't like get full squad set up or whatever. The game does offer a few single player missions. So once again, like if you just can't find a server that seems to want to work for you, there's that where you can really try to actually play, the game and get a handle of it. The main draw of the game though is going to be its multiplayer, where most matches are designed to be 32v32. So again, kind of large scale combat. The default game mode is a tug of war style match where two teams compete to capture linear objectives and deplete the other team's reinforcements, right? Like tickets. So that's really all that's available right now in the base game. And again, it's a prototype alpha build. I don't expect too much more, right? I'm just happy that the game launches and doesn't crash, I suppose. The game also does feature a few different eras to experience. There's the modern day conflicts in the Middle East, and I have in my notes here Russia, but really that's not really happening in Russia, right? It's happening in Ukraine. But Europe, there's the Vietnam era, the Vietnam War era, 60s and 70s, jungle combat, and then there's also World War II in Europe. And having a variety of settings is nice, and the support for moderate realism in each setting is a nice touch as well, right? You're gonna see era accurate weapons in the hands of people, and that's that's a nice touch. There's a decent selection of guns available in the game, which are modeled pretty well. They look like what they're supposed to look like, right? The AK-47 looks like an AK. M16 operates like how you would expect an M16 to, operate. Character models are pretty nice too. Like they don't look out of place or weird. They don't look like they were just bought from like the Unity store or something or Unreal store. So there's that as well. Anything you guys want to mention in terms of like the models or the settings or anything like that?
Greeny, go ahead.
No, I don't really have anything to say about the models. Like they're okay.
Yeah,
they're slow. They're very slow.
Yeah.
In terms of movement.
I think for me as well, as far as models go, I mean, like, Green, you played mostly with like snipers, right?
I tried to, yes. Yeah.
Yeah. I like an LMG every once in a while. Otherwise, I'll go with something that's more of like a close quarters combat SMG style. Typically like to go with like an MP5 or a P90, something like that. But I got curious and decided to check out some of these LMGs, and I can't remember the name of it. But if I remember right, it was a Russian LMG. And the like clip comes, like upright. I'm not a gun guy, so like
is it
just comes up.
Is it a PDP or something?
Maybe. I don't fuck if I know. I just know that I like to play shooty shoots sometimes. Anyway,
he wants the DACA.
I do. Yeah. I want DACA. So really, like, it was the gun's model was so huge and in my face that I actually couldn't maneuver around the field. Really, like if I was sprinting, I could have like a wider, field of vision. But as far as like actually like looking at what was going on, I just standing there could not see it. really, really hard with some of those guns, like the way that like your camera is just positioned with some of the gun models to really see like what's going on, which kind of sucks.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I kind of noticed that too. Some of the model sizing. I don't know if it's supposed to be super realistic, like
Mhm.
realistic to a fault, or what. But some of the gun models could probably be resized for the player
Or even
view.
just like held differently too. I know that that's a huge ask. I know that that's really hard to do. And, you know, like coming off playing games like SWAT or, you know, Ready or Not, things like that. I'm not usually carrying a giant gun, but recently went back through and played like a modded SWAT 4 with Brent, my other co-host from Podcast for Two People. And some of the guns that we got in this mod were like also not super great. Like you could see through the gun, or they were positioned like center mass, which is just not how someone holds a gun. Like you don't hold a gun like this. But also if you have something like an LMG that's unwieldy like that, you're probably going to carry it sideways, you know, so you can see in front of you. You're not holding it like this as you're running. Like that's just silly. But again, something like I guess just some spatial awareness as far as models go, you know, like load in, look at how it looks holding this gun and be like, hey, can someone actually play like this? Is this good? Is this how I want my, you know, game to look or present itself? You know, like that's probably something really important. I would probably take a lot of notes on that.
Yeah. So one thing I was gonna mention with the guns is the guns are really where you get like a lot of the sound design, and sound design is pretty rough.
Mhm.
If we're gonna be honest, the guns don't sound particularly great at the moment. Um, the footsteps are big old clomps, and like directional sound isn't great either. I think Green, you could probably speak to that, where we are
Yeah.
in a server and we are kind of just 1v1ing each other. You want to describe the sound a
Mhm.
little bit in that situation?
Yeah, it was. I mean, for all intents and purposes, it was a dog shit. Like, like you couldn't really tell where the person was. Like it was just like fully encompassing. You couldn't tell if it was like to your right, center, behind you, above you. Like I was on a roof at one point, and
Yeah.
Mendacii thought I was like beside them. So like
Mhm.
it just was not it's not great in terms of like directional uh alertness, if you will.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Um
like close. It's proximity rather than direction.
yeah.
Close, closer, and dead. Like,
Yeah,
that's about it.
exactly.
Yeah.
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 So the game supports mods, and we did try one mod out. That was the Trooper mod, which puts you in a Starship Trooper scenario, where you and the other players had to survive waves of giant insects. Uh, that was an experience,
It
certainly.
was.
It was cool for like the first, 10 minutes that we did it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, which we all piled into a chat on Saturday night and played what, maybe an hour and a half, almost 2 hours
Something like that. If that.
Yeah.
together. And I know I played for about half an hour, 45 minutes before that.
Mhm.
Um, so like I said, kind of first impressions, but that is about how long we did play. And like let's actually get a little bit more into the playing experience and some of the issues we had with it.
Yeah.
So like starting out, the game does have some pretty serious bugs. Like there's a reloading bug where for some reason uh you'll like reload and then you can't shoot. You'll hit the reload button again, but you still can't shoot. Reload, no pew pew. Just like
Yeah.
it kind of sucked. It happened to me a couple times and I'm like, well, what else am I supposed to do? There's some
That
pretty
with that,
yeah,
there
go
was
ahead.
like an ammo counter issue with that too. Like where like it didn't like correctly tell you how much ammo you actually had in the HUD
Yeah.
or how much you had left during that reload. So
Yeah.
yeah.
There's some pretty serious server side issues, it seems, where rubber banding and lagging just seem to be ever present, especially when there's a moderate amount of things happening in the screen. I remember like jumping over a trench and then appearing back in that trench like 20 seconds later.
Yeah.
And I thought that was a ping issue of some sort, but we tried it in servers that were to our region, ping under 100, and it happened there too. I feel like I've had issues with hit registration, especially at longer distances. When I was doing some sniping in a single player campaign, I was really struggling to hit shots at all, and I thought it was a skill issue. I legitimately thought, wow, I must just be really bad. But when I got to relatively closer distances and trying to determine if I really did just suck or not, it really did feel like something wasn't right. I'm like, why are these shots not landing? If this is supposed to be like a realistic shooter game, it really should feel like if I'm hitting somebody with an SVD, center mass, they should probably be going down, and they just weren't. Another issue that I did have with the game that I know will get better with time really was just the animations. They didn't feel great, especially the vaulting animation. I felt they were kind of glitchy. It almost felt like you were just phasing through, the knee-high wall, stuff like that. Just kind of felt odd.
And very heavy too. Like you're not just like phasing through, like it's a very slow and just heavy. Like it kind of seemed like, like vaulting was like, let's say if we were actually in a full server, which we never really got a chance to be in a full server. I feel like watching for people vaulting over walls is a really good way to just get free kills, because it seems like that also just kind of locks you in that animation. You know what I mean? So like it'd probably just kind of make you a sitting duck, and it's like almost a 2-second animation for vaulting a wall.
Yeah.
And no fall damage, it seemed. I didn't experience any fall damage.
That's right. Yeah, that was something else that I noticed, that I think I jumped off of a building and didn't experience any fall damage, which usually in games like this, it's like you take like a 5-step drop and all of a sudden your ankles are shattered. But that wasn't happening here.
Yeah. Jumped off a couple like buildings, like literally leapt probably what would be in game like 20 feet up, and experienced no fall damage, no recoil, no nothing. Just was able to like drop to the ground and start running. And then something else that I had also noticed was like using a grenade launcher, like an actual like rifle mounted grenade launcher. It felt good, but like, and the sights for it were pretty decent. I would say that they were pretty spot on. It just felt weird, like the travel time was a little off, and then it seemed like it could kind of hit any pixel and explode, and then the splash damage on that was like nothing. But then regular grenades are like nuking. Like they were like, what was it? Green, I think you were like on the opposite side of a building at one time, and like Danny threw a grenade, and it's like the blast radius went through the wall of the building.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So some of that stuff is pretty rough, needs tweaks, needs adjustments. And I have faith that they'll do it, but I do you guys have any other thoughts before I kind of get on to like my kind of like final thought for this project here?
I do, but okay, yeah. So if Green doesn't, I do. Like what you said is like where you said that like you have faith that they'll likely, continue to do this. I would say I have a lot of faith that they will, because most games don't get to this point. And the fact that like there are servers of people playing even right now says a lot. It's free, so it's not a scam. And it comes from someone that's reputable in like game development and with fans of these kinds of games. So I don't think that this game's going anywhere. and I actually decided to, while we were doing this show, to check out harshdoorsstop.com. And what I find really cool is that right on the front page, there's just their library of player created mods, all of which are free. They're rated. You can see how many times they're viewed, how many times they're downloaded, so on and so forth. And like they're actually really cool. Just to name a couple, there's it's based on Black Hawk Down. So like there's like Delta Force 93, and then all of the equipment and skins that go with that. And then there's also Mogadishu Militia 93, along with new skins to play as like the Mogadishu militia. And there's like Molotov cocktails and different guns. Like they even go into the Aussie New Zealand in Vietnam. And so like you get to see some like custom made weapons for that. And it's like, again, a lot of this stuff is kind of plug and play. When we got that mod to play Trooper, all we had to do was use Steam. So like, you know, if you've always been like apprehensive of playing around with mods and stuff, like that, a lot of the stuff is plug and play. Going to their site, they literally have community forums here, and there's the download mod kit, which comes off of their download dropdown, which will explain everything to you, step-by-step process to get some of these in. There's people putting out maps. There's a Desert Warzone map that looks really nice. And then let's see here. Oh, really fun one. There's one that just turns all of the character models in a map into plastic army men along with plastic guns. So there's that. And then there's a horde mode that has actual zombies in it. And it kind of takes place in, it looks like a number of places. Like we've got almost something that looks like a game black box kind of level where, you know, like there's not textures necessarily. But then there's also like some dark cities and stuff. So if you're looking to kind of just play around and see what Bluedrake has actually put together as far as the bones of tactical FPS, this is, I mean, it's a fine way to do that. And there's a lot of mods for you to play with. So if you are a fan of mods, there's a ton here, and the game's been out for like no time at all. And the fact that I found looks like 10 mods that I thought looked pretty cool just in this brief time that we've been talking about it, I think it says a lot for what it has to offer and the future of the game itself.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, I'm just gonna kind of get to my final thoughts, when really this is gonna be more of a like, what do I suggest for other people if you're looking at this game? Like, is this something that you should be checking out? And I think if you are into tactical shooters and want into a project that has just started, this might be a game for you to try. The person who like wants to start modding, you know, be a part of that mod community, working on that kind of stuff. The person who wants like a tight knit community with a dev team who will take pretty much any feedback and knows that the game is going to improve with their input. That person is the person who should check out this game. But if you are a person whose time is limited and you just want to play something polished and have little hassle doing it, this is not something for you. Yet. Yeah, that's a big caveat. Yet. If you are that person, I would suggest going and following Bluedrake42 on Twitter and subscribing on YouTube so you can follow development of the game, engage when you want to jump in. This project is pretty underbaked at the moment, but I think it will have some better legs and structure in the future. I'm going to keep watching it and see where the developments go, and you know, they'll hopefully be worthy of talking about in the future. But for right now, if you're into something fresh, like, and want to get really in on something brand new, this is a game for you. If you just want something polished and going to be consistent, not for you. That's pretty much the long and short of it.
Right. Yeah. And like that's another really, really important thing too, is like, yeah, keeping an eye on the game. Pretty sure that Bluedrake just earlier today, maybe yesterday, uploaded a little teaser video of him actually like showing a vehicle being like entered into and then driving around in a map. So like they're fast tracking that. Like pretty soon there's going to be vehicles. So which is good because these maps are big as fuck.
Yeah.
So yeah, like big ass maps.
Well, they're big and you move slow. So
Yes, yeah, exactly. That's something that I would really like to highlight too. That when you said like, yeah, you move slow, it's like, no, it's like, yeah, it's painfully slow. I would like something that feels like the sprint speed for the walk speed, and then something that's about 50% faster than what it feels like when you're sprinting. I want that to be the actual sprint. You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense?
Yeah,
Sprint speed should be normal speed, and then sprint speed should be 50% faster than that.
I think you kind of there's a balance that has to be struck, because at that point I feel like you might be getting a little too arcadey when this is supposed to be almost milsim like. So I don't know, there's a balance to be struck there that I have a feeling people would be like, well, that's not how people really move though on these size of maps, and there's a balance to be struck for sure. But
I would be much more apt to agree with you 100% if this was something like SWAT 4 or Ready or Not, where like you move exceptionally heavy and slow in those games. And I think that like having a little bit more move speed so that if you don't have a vehicle nearby, you're not going to miss half of the action trying to move up to the next point. You know what I mean? Like that's the part that sucks. Is like I want to be able to get to where I have a chance to shoot or be killed.
yeah.
So that's all I really feel like is like when you have a big ass map and you move super slow, it becomes tedious rather than fun.
Yeah. All right. Anything else on Operation Harsh Doorstop, or do we want to go right to the Steam announcement?
I think I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah. So, really, what is there to talk about news-wise? A mid Pokemon Direct? A PlayStation State of Play that barely registered?
Mm-hmm.
Really, the most exciting thing is the Steam announced their list of sales for the year. So, you guys can properly plan. Like, start setting aside, start squirreling away money. If you live in states that have the bottle deposit, start saving your pop cans so you can buy a game. So there are going to be 4 Steam-wide seasonal sales events, which will allow all games to participate. The spring one will be next month in March. That'll be the 16th to the 23rd. Summer will be June 29th to July 13th. Autumn will be November 21st to the 28th. And winter will be December 21st to January 4th, 2024. They are going to be doing 3 or 2 more Steam Next Fest, because they've already done one this year. So if you guys want to check out some demos, chat with devs, in live streams and stuff like that, you can do that. Like I said, February's already gone and passed. The next one will be during the summer, Prime E3 season, June 19th to the 26th, and another October 9th through the 16th. We're also going to be getting a smattering of theme sales throughout the year. There's going to be Puzzle Fest, April 24th through May 1st, Sports Fest, May 15th through the 22nd, Stealth Fest, January 24th through the 31st, Visual Novel Fest, August 28th through September 4th, SHMUP, Shmup? Is that right?
Shmup. It's short for shoot 'em up. Like Darius Gaiden, Raiden, Dodonpachi, the Galaga for you
Gotcha.
cool kids out there. Yeah.
all that smut.
Yeah. That's a different genre, green.
Yeah, that was the previous one, okay? That was the smut sale was the visual novel sale. Anyways, the shmup sale will be September 25th to October 2nd, and the Steam Scream Fest, say that 5 times fast, will be October 6th to November 2nd, just in time for Halloween. So that's the list. You guys can save, set aside some cash, you know, plan your purchases accordingly. But let's have a quick conversation. Like, what are you guys hoping is going to go on sale this year? Personally, myself, I've been feeling a little nostalgic for some old CODs lately. So if they go on sale anytime soon, maybe I'll pick up MW3 or Battlefield 2, or not Battlefield, Black Ops 2, just for the shits and gigs.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I'm definitely always down for like a stealth game, or probably just buying like 3 different shmups, because that's something that me and Brent actually connected on really early in our friendship, and we've played a lot of shmups together. There's so many that I would hope to see even release on Steam, but yeah, there's a lot to look forward to. I'm also down for some puzzles. As far as I know, there's a couple puzzle games that are coming out that I would also hope might be able to get my hands on. But like, I don't know. So many of my games on my wish list are actually like, hey, these come out this year. I'm like, well, they're probably not going to be part of these sales.
Yeah. Green, how about you?
I cannot wait to see The Witcher 3, The Wild Hunt on sale again. But you know, I don't know. Like, my schedule's been super busy as it is. Like, so like Steam sales are kind of difficult for me. To be like, yeah, I can't wait for this to go on sale. But no, I don't know. I guess I would like to see Star Wars Battlefront 2, the original 2005, go on sale for like 99 cents a pop. So I can just like gift that game to like everyone so they can enjoy that. That little droplet of nostalgia. No, like whatever comes, you know.
Yeah. I feel that.
Ooh, you know, Prototype, like the OG Prototype, Prototype 2, that'd be kind of cool to pick up, to scoop up, yeah.
Hell yeah. Or what's that? Like, never mind. I can't even remember what the hell it's called. I wish Brent was here. I could say 3 words and he'd be like, "Oh yeah, it's this." It's
I mean,
lewd puzzle solving game. The Tetris blocks disappear. Hey, Danny, I didn't know you were cut from the same cloth.
I'm sorry. Did I just expose that I'm a degenerate? Whoops.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. You can tell on yourself, you fool. You absolute fool.
You played yourself.
Good. I'm glad that we got to the bottom of that on this show.
That also reminds me of Lollipop Chainsaw, I think is what it was called. Remember that game?
Oh, Lollipop Chainsaw is by Suda51 Grasshopper Games. That's a hack and slash character action game. Yeah, pretty dope.
Well,
that's actually getting a remaster this year, if I remember right.
Oh,
so that'll be super sick. Yeah, it's got voice acting from Michael Rooker. He plays a Viking metal zombie, because it's all different genres of music that come back from the dead as zombies. And the first boss is a punk rock, like a British punk rocker named Zed. And yeah, it's pretty dope. It's hilarious. It's self-referential, and you get lines from high school football player zombies that go 10 hut, 10 hike, 10 butt fuck, and then they just head rush you. Yeah, it's a wild game, and you're just sitting there enjoying lollipops and chainsawing the fuck out of crowds of zombies. Highly recommend it if we actually do get that remaster or remake, whatever it ends up being. You know, all the way back from like I think like 2010 ? Thanks for unlocking that core memory, Green.
I got you, baby boy.
So, do you guys want to move on from games that we hope are on sale to some things that people can actually act on right now?
Oh yeah.
All right, let's talk about deals of the week. And actually, you know, I'm going to do a double check real quick, Green, because you mentioned that you really wanted, you know, Witcher: The Wild Hunt to go on sale again, and I'm pretty sure it's included in this. I own it.
I've owned it. I've owned it for years.
Yeah, so this is on GOG, who is owned by CD Projekt Red, the creators of The Witcher, and it's the Roll With It sale. It's a variety of RPGs on sale for up to 90% off, including Baldur's Gate 2, Dark Sun, Darkest Dungeon, the OG Fallout, and more, including, if I'm looking for it right now, I'm pretty sure the Witcher 2 is for sure on sale. But I'm not seeing Witcher 3, so maybe I'm wrong. Maybe Witcher 3 is not for sale on GOG.
That game is just rough. That game is not well put together. No, it is something else. I can't believe that I pushed myself to play through it before the third one came out back, like 35 years ago when Witcher 3 released. But yeah, I don't, if you've got the stomach for old games with very, very terrible mechanics and a lot of glitches that never got patched, Witcher 2's the game for you.
Yeah. Witcher 3 is in fact on sale on GOG right now for 80% off. So if you guys really want to get that, go for it.
And it comes with the free update for the next gen, by the way.
Ooh.
I'm pretty sure it because mine just like automatically updated for the next gen update.
Gotcha.
So,
Green, what do you got for a deal?
I have Portal. Portal is currently on sale for 90% off, the original one, until March 6th. That is a grand total of 99 cents. But if you also check it out on Steam, there's a bundle for 93% off. You can get both Portal 1 and Portal 2 for $1.48. 93% off. So check that out if you like those puzzle Portal games. A lot of people dig those. It's a good fun pastime. It's like I don't think anyone has ever said anything like negative about Portal. Like that's one of those like quintessential like OG games. From like 2007 or something like that. Like
pretty close. Yeah.
If you have something negative to say about Portal, let us know in the comments. Tell us what you think. Drop a comment. We'd love to.
Sucks. I don't know how to do it.
I'd love to know why you think Portal sucks.
Brain too smooth. Don't like. Give big brain head hurt. For my game of the week, I chose Ace Combat 7, which is 84% off at just $9.59 until March 6th. So if you want some anime, bigger. Yeah, yours is bigger. Ace Combat 7, Forgotten Skies. If you want anime mixed with Top Gun, it's got all of that. Dude, this game is super rad. I haven't played flight sims in a very long time. Brent gifted this to me late last year, and I'm getting around to it now. And I have had so much fun decking out my crazy, like my Mirage F2000 and all this shit. It's super, super fun, super cool. All the missions are quite different. All the characters rule, and the story is wild. So yeah, for less than $10, yeah, man, you should pick up Ace Combat 7. Faux show.
Heck yeah. Well, was there anything else that we wanted to mention or talk about?
No, let me leave.
No. You have to tell us what's coming up on your channel first. And since you're in such a hurry, Mr. Mendacii, you can go first.
Okay, fine. This week, I should probably finish Ace Combat 7. So I might be playing some Ace Combat 7 over on twitch.tv/Mendacii, MENDACII. Otherwise, I might get up to, I don't know, some other junk. I just played through all of Elderand last week. So check me out on Twitter @OnlyMendacii. Same spelling that I just gave you. So like, stop asking me questions. Leave me alone. Get on my face.
Green, what do you got coming up for you?
I am not going to be playing Destiny 2. That's for sure. Not going to be playing it. I will probably be playing some Hunt Showdown. I've been like contemplating looking at War Thunder, which is that not World of Warships game where you can fly airplanes. That'd be kind of cool. I don't know. It just depends on what it looks like for my schedule. I also need to check out Sons of the Forest. I bought that game. I need to play it because like
I
everyone's
want to see
playing
you
it, and I
play
need to
it.
review it. Yeah, I hear
Yeah.
it's spoopy. So we'll see how it goes. I'm gonna prioritize Sons of the Forest. And then my reserve will be Hunt Showdown. Just depends on my schedule again. I will try to stream this week. I can't guarantee it. So at twitch.tv/Mr. Greenlee.
Down.
Hell yeah.
Oof.
Yeah.
Nice.
And Mr. Greenlee on all the other socials, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, all the good shit.
Heck yeah.
Yahoo.
Coming up for me, I am still doing some production behind the scenes. This week I am recording with Indy to do a bonus episode of Vircana. We have new episodes of Vircana going up this week and next week, and then the bonus episode will go up on YouTube after that. So very excited for that. I also have I'm currently editing a video, so I'm looking forward to showing you guys that as well. Otherwise, that's pretty much it from me. You can follow me and shitpost with me on Twitter at DaniK, DANIECAE. That's pretty much all I got. Anything else, guys?
I love you both. Thanks for experiencing Operation Harsh Doorstop with me. Thanks for not calling me out when I called it Operation Harsh Doorstep so many times. That's what real friends do. And you probably laughed behind my back, but that's okay.
I'm making a compilation.
I fucking knew it.
Yeah,
Well,
don't be so proud of me yet.
I guess you reap what you sow, because Danny, I have a whole bunch of compilations of you farting into your microphone that you thought weren't on camera. So that'll be on YouTube. So definitely watch for that.
Those are just for you.
I thought something was amiss. They were too wet, too sparking.
But that's the whole show for this week. Thanks for watching and listening. Your time and attention is always appreciated. If you made it this far, be sure to drop us a like and a subscribe. That really does help us out quite a bit. Of course, we don't want just your subscriptions, time, and attention. We want your thoughts. We want, your opinion. So make sure you drop a comment on anything that we talked about. Let us know what you think. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter. Green Elite, hit him with that Twitter.
At Next Nothing PC, of course.
And until next week, stay safe, stay healthy, keep fighting those good fights, and we'll see you again next week. Goodbye.
Later.
Love you.